And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
How do you see the forest when you're stuck in the middle of the trees? It's overwhelming. It's all around me. I can't see the forest. You got this big oak tree in front of me. How am I supposed to see that, man? Come on, move that out of the way. Have you ever heard that analogy before? It's hard to see the forest when you're staring at the trees. How many people do you know feel that way right now? They feel overwhelmed with so much stuff going on. They're looking for some sense of normalcy, and they just can't find it. Well, maybe you're in that boat. Maybe people around you in that boat. And the reality is a lot of people are experiencing that right now. So the question is, what can you do? What can I do to be more effective in our communication and in our relationships with getting results through people? Well, what we can do is we can focus on what we know works. Now, the challenge that we have is you, me, we're our own challenge. Think about it. Who's your biggest critic? Didn't have to think long, right? Yeah, it's you. I know some guys, they want to blame their significant other, but come on. It is you. You know how I know it's you? Because it's you at 2:32 a.m. that wakes yourself up and stresses out about what's going on in your life or what's not going on in your life. It's you who's going through that. Other people may be where you're at, they're sleeping fine, but you're up at 2:32 a.m. beating yourself up. And the challenge is that's not good because it's not getting you the results you want. So I got a call the other day, and I was so excited about this. My mentor, the legendary Ralph Nichols, we were on the phone the other day, and we were talking, and we were sharing about helping people through the pandemic and helping people through the crisis. And, of course, my work every day is to help organizations and groups of people to be successful, to get through the challenges they face and produce profitable results. So a lot of corporations hire me to come in there and help them build their culture and work with their people and work with them directly to get them to where they need to be so that they're profitable in everything that they're doing. Makes a lot of sense. Pretty straightforward, right? And as he and I are talking about this, we're talking about the pandemic that we've been through, and he's sharing and mentoring people and saying, well, you know, Phil, you're living this now. I'm retired. You're in the middle of this. And, you know, I hear people talk about this about the pandemic and that about the pandemic. And he goes, you know, I don't know if I would know exactly what to do because I haven't lived through it. And I said, well, you want to know something really cool? And he said, okay, what's really cool? I said, yeah, you did live through it. You actually lived through it through me. He's like, well, pray tell me about that, right? And I'm like, well, let me share with you. You always taught me, sir, that I am supposed to do unto others as I'd have them do unto me. And realistically, you always said it's very simple and getting back to the basics, which is Dale Carnegie, which is treating people the way you want to be treated. And you probably heard of the golden rule before. And when the pandemic hit and business went sideways for you and me and so many other people that we know, the challenge I had to face was, do I fold? Do I freak out? What do I do? And what I realized is that in my life, what you taught me, sir, was that the most important thing in my life are my relationships. So what I did is what anybody would do who has strong values and strong faith. And I went back to the people in my life and said, you know what? We're going to get through this. And the reason we're going to get through this is because we have each other. And what I doubled down on was the golden rule of do unto others, and realized that some people during the pandemic couldn't get to that level because they were completely looking at those trees blocking their view of the bigger picture. They couldn't see it, and they were overwhelmed. So what I realized, it was my responsibility to go out there and help these people see that there's still a big picture out there. There's still a big life out there. There's still a lot of things going on. And right now, you're dealing with these big things that are blocking your view of your life and the success you could be having in your life, through your life. And as I doubled down on this with people, what I found is that I had people calling me and people listening to the show and people listening to other things I did on social media and saying, I need more of this. I want more of this. I want to shift my perspective. And what they're really shifting in perspective to is getting back to the basics of following the golden rule, doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. So rather than criticizing, condemning, complaining, which Dale Carnegie, of course, documents Principle 1, don't do it, what if we all took the time to actually treat people the way we wanted to be treated in a positive way? It's a simple thing, and it's a beautiful thing. And you know what? You and I are in control of it. We can do it. You can do it. I can do it. And so you want to get back to making things the way you want them to be. You want some normal in your life. Hold yourself accountable to following the golden rule. Get back to the basics of dealing with people. And when you do that, you know your day is going to be great because you made other people's days great. Now go make it happen. You deserve it.